blessing on it. Too real, this ain't metaphoric. We just put the I in iconic. Buzzing like I'm electronic. Yeah, I put a blessing on it. See me dripping in it 24/7 on it. I'm just being honest. Holy water dripping from my neck to my crepe, so I'm two-stepping on it like.
Hey everybody, I'm Tiffany Foy. Welcome to the Rambling Gypsy Podcast, and we are back in my she shed. And we are fortunate. We're going to say it anyways because I have a porch outside and because I can, and it's my show, and that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, I like to call it her palace.
Okay, yeah, I like that. We did talk about that. But the world doesn't know that just yet but they will. In due time. It's coming.
And you don't even have to announce it. They'll know.
Manzy, Lowry, Mike Newman.
Hey.
These two musicians. Hairy, bearded.
Yes.
Galaxy loving.
Deals, twisting, ginger.
Loving.
With a little mixture of loving and all kinds of things.
Thanks.
What's been going on with you two?
Actually, we've been working on recording stuff quite a bit here lately.
Yes.
He's coming over to the shop and setting up recording. Right now we're in the figured out and learn station, but we're getting close. The products we're coming out with is really nice for, demo stuff.
So you and I have been friends for a long time. Mm-hmm. You guys, both musicians, both living here in New Braunfels, Texas.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how you two met and where y'all's merger came together.
Yeah. Well, I think the first time Manzy was doing these live shows during COVID. Everybody was doing these
it was
live.
Before.
Was it before?
Yeah, it was before.
But that's when I probably. But anyways, he was on there and I was like following him and I was like, hey, I'd commented like play this song or something.
No, you didn't. You said nice beard.
Something like that.
That's where it started.
And
what do you use to make it look like that?
next thing you know, though, I showed up at Riley's one night. He was playing, and I had my guitar. And
Riley's Tavern, you guys.
Riley's Tavern, And I ended up getting up and playing a little bit, and then we just were friends right after that, It's pretty much how it started.
You gotta have some kind of cojones when you walk in somebody else's show carrying a guitar, right? So when I saw him, I figured...
Welcome to Mike Newman's show.
I figured that he's either going to be...
They were waiting on me the whole time.
Yeah. Little did you know it was a booby trap. Yeah.
I like this chat. He's either going to be an asshole or he's going to be really awesome. And luckily he was the latter. And so, I hopped down and it's like, hey, man, I want to hear some of your poetry. Help him play.
All right.
And then... Heck, I think the next day I was in Nordheim, wasn't I? You went out there.
Oh, yeah. Now that's a funny story.
Okay, let's hear it. You were in where?
Nordheim, Texas.
Nordheim?
Yeah.
I thought you said Bergheim.
Nope,
I know where Bergheim
No,
is. Where the fuck is
it's
Nordheim?
South. What's that?
Down towards Floresville.
Yeah.
That way.
Heading out there.
It's if you sneeze, you miss
Yorktown.
Okay.
If you ever been to Yorktown?
Yeah.
I was working for a company called Geosource, clearing land. And
then big earth movers.
Yep. And I saw on my Facebook, Manzy Lowry playing at the Broadway bar in Nordheim, and which was like maybe 10 miles out of town.
Yeah.
So I called him, and sure enough, we met up down there, and then partied all night. Stayed at the hotel till 4 in the morning. I went to work the next day. He drove home.
Solid decisions.
Oh yeah.
Those are the typical things you do.
Yeah, we solved a lot of problems that night.
Yeah?
Yeah, and then after that...
We wrote a tune or two, or what?
Some live
or do y'all remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was before Mikey had made the decision to take this path he's on now.
To go full time.
I'm
still working.
We talked about that, and I think the next time I saw him, he had made that decision. And it was really awesome to see.
So you've been full time now how long?
I'd say 3 years, I guess.
Yeah.
Something like that. And I still do a little bit of work here and there at a buddy's ranch. I'll go out and work out there when there's work to be done. And I help a buddy of mine, Mike Gonzalez. He has a pool plastering company. And we're out in Ballinger for... that was another coincidence, right? He had just got back from Ballinger, Manzy did. And the next day I was like, hey, I'm down here in Ballinger. That's where I'm from. What the hell am I doing down here? Once
again, no one even knows where Ballinger is.
Again, yes.
He's like, I'm at Beef Masters. I was like, well, that's my cousin's. Go tell him.
I was That's my uncle's cousin's grandma's sister.
They were having a company party, so I was like, go tell them
Yeah,
your brothers.
be to beat on the door.
They'll give you a to-go box.
Yeah, right.
And he's like, just tell him you know Manzy Lowry.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I'm not beating on the door of the steakhouse.
But did you?
No.
Oh, you're such a poon.
Like,
God.
the whole thing was
You
we
know
were
they would
looking
have had
for.
like a pecan pie,
Yeah.
a good nice, a
onion
good
rings,
whiskey,
chicken fry.
We weren't
right?
looking for
A
food.
good
We were
chicken
trying to find
fry,
a bar.
a little onion ring, a nice gravy to go on the side.
Shimon.
We're about to hit the road, boys. Y'all talked about taking the truck out. We're about to
You
hit.
know what I'm saying?
That's
Something
what
sticks
it
to your ribs. You know?
Yeah.
But we were looking for the bar. That's
Okay,
how,
all right.
You know,
Did you go to Rome?
we ended up going to San Angelo that night.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only
Okay.
bar that was.
That's where I went
bars.
to college.
You know, the decisions I make after 9 o'clock, things
The
like
decisions I make and the choices.
The smell of
It's the
success.
decisions I've done and the choices I've made,
Yeah.
or some shit like that.
that. Just
It's like spraying a
Sounds like a
little
good song,
starter
though.
fluid on the exhaust and you
On the
crank it.
generator. Yeah. On your lawnmower. On your. I mean, you can spray.
On your dot.
On your on your cookie if you want. It'll fire anything up. I mean, yeah. Oh Lord, you're gonna have to take River to church after this episode. I'm just saying.
Honestly,
It might be a little holy water. It's well water, but we can spritz it anywhere if we want to.
Well, water worked just fine.
You
No,
know.
just go lay in the river.
And so
that'll cleanse
there's been a
anything.
lot of baptisms down in the Guad at my place.
I married somebody down
Yeah.
there. I'm 50%. I've married two couples. One's still going and one lasted 2 weeks.
Oh God, you just totally took a
You're
left
an
turn.
ordained.
Mhm.
I didn't know that. See, he's just still finding things out about Manzy Lowry. He's ordained.
Bonafide.
Bonafide.
He's a sinner.
I just want to hear the sermon and the speech behind
I-
it. You're gonna be like,
I helped
this
Kent Finley's
is
book.
gonna be the most red wedding.
You are healed!
Shaboom. Now get your ass up. Where are the cocktails? Yeah.
No, I held Kent Finley's book. What?
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah, that's powerful as anything.
Oh yeah. Especially
Beautiful.
in that world, that's really cool. Yeah.
What's
All
you
right,
been
so
doing?
y'all met in the wait. This is not about me right now. I gotta figure out this relationship we're
Yeah.
talking about right
Come
here.
on.
So y'all written,
Mhm.
and are we singing those nowadays? Are these up and comings? What's happening?
We got 3 that Mikey knows by heart.
Yeah. We haven't performed any of them live, I don't think.
You've done,
We probably messed around a little bit.
when we swapped
Mhm.
once or twice, I've asked him to do them. They're solid gold.
Not a doubt.
But yeah, no, I'm living close to him now. I was downtown New Braunfels, but now I'm over by Riley's Tavern, and he's right off Hunter Lane, so it's a short little drive for me to drive over to the garage. And
I got a donkey out there that'd be a nice little
yeah, but
get you right there.
it'll
Short
probably
distance.
take a lot longer than
It's like
I
going to
don't know.
Bokiss, you know?
I don't know. He's got little legs.
he got little legs,
He's
but
got
he's
a little
quick.
30-incher.
It'll
He's
do
fast.
that. It'll do that
Yeah. Yeah, a little fast ass. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Y'all
we're
be cute
always
as hell, though.
creating stuff, and we're always, our brains are always running 100 miles an hour.
First time he came over to my old garage,
Yeah.
I set up a place where when friends come over, it invites creation.
Yes.
And I'm an avid pusher of it too.
Likewise.
So much so, Mike's like, I don't want to write tonight. I'm like, are you sure? No. Okay.
Yeah, you do. You just don't know it yet.
Yeah, huh?
First word starts with.
Yeah. The letter R for $200.
There you go.
But no, we set up a little thing in his garage. I'll bring over the computer, and we can actually record while we're writing. So it's more like if we do get something, at least it gets
That
tracked.
sticks, right?
Yeah.
Because
It's easier to take away than to add.
there's
Okay.
a lot of stuff we make up, freestyle and just kind of shoot from the hip.
What do I always ask you every
And
time?
he's like, "Did you record it?
no.
No.
He's sitting right there.
Did you write it down?
No.
And I mean, he does that. He does that to warm up. Hey, he would have a plethora of
Yeah.
material if you just push record.
I really like playing like that sometimes, so I'll just
I
play
understand, but
and make
other
things up
people
as
got
you're
something
playing.
to learn from you, though.
and it's a good way to get it out instead of just trying to think about words or You just got to be in the moment, say what you want to say, and hopefully it gets captured somehow. Sometimes it doesn't.
By me yelling, "Did you push record?"
So Manzy's talked a lot about his writing and poetry and how that is a big part of him and his passion and his background.
Mm-hmm.
What about Mike Newman? Is that on the writing side
Oh yeah,
a strong point for you, or
yeah.
performance side, or is it a mix of both? Because I think I've talked to a lot of musicians, and we're all we've got our music family here, and I was just talking to Dallas about it, and we were talking about how there's just some people that just find that the writing side is really their passion.
Yep.
The performance is more, I'd rather you guys write it, hand it to me, let me get up there and just rock the stage.
Right.
Is it,
You be the Elton to
what
my
are
John.
you, right, what is
So,
Mike Newman? Are you a little bit of both, or let's tell them.
I would say more of a writer. I've always said it's like there's artists and there's performers, and that's two different things.
Yes, sir.
I could not agree more.
Let's-
I started out just writing stuff, making things up.
Where did your music side come from?
Well, I'd say when I was a little kid, my family, we always were going to concerts. My parents were always taking us to shows.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
And I mean, I was a little kid, like going to see Steve Miller Band. And,
First of
you
all,
know,
yeah.
his parents are
They're
absolutely
rad.
my favorite humans in
they're
the
pretty
world.
good.
My gosh.
His mom's been a mom.
The ones
to
you
me.
want to put in your pocket and take everywhere. And anyways.
Yes.
Yep, I'm going to
Amen.
have them on the show,
Amen.
and y'all cannot take them
Oh,
anywhere.
Yeah, hear
that's
that?
awesome.
They are staying with me. Yep,
That would be great on the
they're
show.
my peeps. Oh,
We
we
talked
have the
to
best
Dan
time.
earlier. He was
Oh,
like, we're on our way out there.
yeah. Okay, go.
But-
Go. But yeah, your parents are freaking rock stars.
You know,
They are.
Writing is just, for me, I like to write when I feel like it's time to write. I don't try to force it and I don't try to push it.
That's been a
And-
really kind of fun, valuable
Mhm.
point that I have found where, and I am so curious and interested in that.
Mhm.
When, like Dallas said, his writing time is first thing in the morning, up early,
Right.
boom. Jungle goes, and that's from his novellas and his writing side as a author. His as I get down to the island, I sit out on the balcony, I rum it up, and boom, shit just starts flowing.
Right.
Manzy's is one that you're such a spiritual human being. It just comes when the lines and the sun and the moon and the stars and the rocks
When they're
all
in the-
start
when they're in the sky.
Yes. Yours. When is yours? Do you know when it's gonna hit? Do you know when it happens?
No,
You're like,
never,
holy
'cause
shit, there
I
it
can
is.
tell you.
It's just like life. You never know when you have something to say. You just say it when
You just say
need
it.
to say it.
Thing
And,
is, you got a shit ton to say. You just don't document it.
yeah. But,
I'm the
you know,
worst at it.
I mean,
Ask Nick. I'm the absolute worst.
he's a
at it.
walking lesson of a breadth of a story, and you only hear about 0.02% of it.
Yeah.
Heard that.
I mean, I've got tons of songs I play originals, and I've got tons of work. But like I said, writing, as far as that goes, it's when you don't have to. Some people, it's like a work ethic thing. Like they get up and they're like sit there and work it out. But for me, when I want to write, I'll write. And when I have something to say, I'll put it down.
That's
Mhm.
artist.
Mhm.
That's
I've
how
got,
that
I've got a
works.
theory about that. When you're feeling a little bit lower down the blue, you tend to want to get it out, let that ink bleed on paper because it's a therapy, right? Once you release it, it no longer has a hold of you. When you're happy, you're living in the moment.
I learned that years ago.
Yeah,
Best thing for therapy. Best thing when you cannot
write it down.
tell any, yes, because you know why? That pencil's not going to judge you. That piece of paper will never judge you.
Once you do that, it
And
no longer has a hold of you.
everything-
It
yes.
has no
It's
strength.
the best thing I've ever learned.
Amen.
I got that from Dr. Phil. Y'all can judge me if you
I
want.
love
I'm
Dr.
good.
Phil.
I love me some Phil.
It's been on a long time.
I tell you what, I can never get enough of that guy.
That's Catch Me
Did
Outside
y'all ever
Girl
see?
came out with
Did
that.
y'all ever see that episode? It's the guy
I
from
can promise
Bum
you I've
Fights.
seen them all.
Huh?
The guy from Bum Fights.
Yeah.
And he dresses like Dr. Phil and goes on Dr.
Yes.
Phil.
Yes.
That is
Yep.
too classic,
So
too
good.
funny though.
It's so good.
Yeah.
But yeah. But that is, I agree with the whole artist.
Yeah.
There's no right or wrong way. There's no good or bad. There's no black or white. It's all beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you coming from the writing standpoint, you guys have obviously set and written songs for yourself. you guys have got a relationship that works, a vibe that works.
Right.
It's
very difficult to find somebody you can connect with to create together.
What makes you two jive?
He does
what
his
is
style, I do my style, and we put it together, and it's all like water. It flows.
Yeah.
And y'all knew this instantly. You had to have.
I think so.
I
Yeah.
did.
There's definitely there's even just song swapping with people. There's just people you
just
sit
jives.
down with and it just flows. I was telling, we had a podcast this past weekend. We were talking about playing with new players, and it's like going on a first date, but it's a public date.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't know what's going to happen, and hopefully, most of the time it's pretty good. It's something happens good, but
Beautiful thing is you got control.
you know when you're playing with people that are in the same realm as you, as far as writing or what they're trying to do,
Hell yeah.
and it's just about reading the room, open your eyes, open your ears, read the room.
And see,
Feel the
Mike writes different than I do, and he has a different style of performance. But they're so different that's working together makes it beautiful. Because I find making yourself uncomfortable, bringing something different, you can learn more.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel. I learn a lot from him because he is different. And he's cute.
Yeah.
Super cute.
Yeah. I think that's for sure. Kind of being out of your element is good for you. It helps you a little bit.
Make yourself a little uncomfortable.
But also, it's don't take yourself so fucking serious. Have fun. This is what we're supposed to be doing. Anyways, this is for enjoyment.
Do you feel like you guys challenge each other?
Yeah, all the time. Not in a
in a
bad way.
sassy
it's a brother
right.
challenge.
I mean, he's got his style, I've got my style, but it's
and then we meet in the middle.
right.
Yeah.
It's so difficult to find a connection where you can meet in the middle. I'm one that throws a ton of ideas.
Right.
And like I said, it's easier to take away than to add. So I throw a ton of ideas, and then we fine tune.
Every time we've played even a live gig together, though, we just have fun. It's always different. The show's always something else.
It's always quicker than it seems.
Yeah. And he's always like, we're batting 1,000 every time.
That sounds so Manzy. I feel like we're gonna do a
Listen, Jack.
here we go. My book I have on here called Talking Dirty. We need a Lowry's whatever. We have something. Yeah,
Official
you just
quotes.
wait for it. It'll hit me.
I mean,
it'll
that don't
come
fuck
to
the
me.
pistol,
It'll
don't
come.
know what will.
Yeah. But that's I cannot believe in all the years I've known the two of you that I've never seen the two of you
Together?
I lost my rock.
Well, we can
Manzy.
remedy that.
I was trying to make it soft. That's what he said.
Yeah, makes it smooth.
I know. I'm
And
just
I
keep
like
rubbing
soft.
away because he said
I
it's going to
like
take the negativity away. So I'm over
Yeah.
here. It'll be a grain of salt by the time I get done.
This summer coming up, we'll just have to come down to Gypsy.
To the river. Yeah. I remember
that's the last time we're down there.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
that feather
I
in
know. You can't remember me down there. It's in my hat. Yeah.
We had a
and
great
then
weekend.
it was so fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good time. River's hanging out with the
Yeah.
goat and
Then I had to
whatever we had
skedaddle
down
and go change
there.
the diaper.
That goat's probably a lot bigger now.
Woo, that goat almost didn't make it through her breakfast this morning. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my lord.
Almost became a goat chop.
Yeah, seriously,
Cabrito.
cabrito. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
El Chiva Loco.
but I remember when the very first time I met you, BD3 said, "Hey,
Yeah.
I got a guy, and you meet this guy."
Yeah.
And you came out, you and Juliana,
Yep,
and
that's right.
it's a long time ago, and I remember it like it was yesterday.
It feels like yesterday.
I was like, who in the hell are these little duo?
I just saw her Sunday.
Look at you
yeah.
two. Yeah, and songbirds, and I just had all the questions, and yeah, literally.
I
I
remember-
know, I could just imagine you on, this woman never shuts up.
Oh,
she
no,
wants to know, where'd I come
beautiful
from? Where'd I
thing
come
is
from?
you-
And
you-
what the hell is
you
this
asked-
nonsense?
you asked $2
Freaking
questions.
L'Oreal commercial over here.
The beautiful thing, you
You
ask
can-
$2 questions. You don't ask nickel and dime questions. So you got an extensive vocabulary.
I just
You invite writers.
I was so impressed. I mean,
talk.
and now you know I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I soak up all the things and I listen to the words and I watch your hands and I watch your guitar playing and I watch your
Mannerisms and movements and breaths.
all of that. And I was just
So
I
you're
needed
different.
to know. And why haven't I known? And where did the hell? What kind of hole have you been
living in?
It's a small.
I had my Newman locked up. Yeah.
He was a professional
The two M's.
skateboarder.
You're like
Did you know that?
M&Ms. Look, I'm like the peanut in the middle. We're like peanut M&Ms.
Do you know Mikey was a professional skateboarder in his
Stop
regular
it.
life?
Yeah. I skateboard pretty good.
He used to gap them ramps. Come on, girl.
I was just talking about me standing on a turnpike thing, the deal.
The half
Remember
pipe?
that? You know, turnpike.
They
Y'all
go
can tell I came
cross.
from the NASCAR side. No.
They go
That's
cross.
seriously. No, it was
I love
we
that,
were with
though. That's
JP,
pretty
and this
cool.
was
Yeah.
years ago in the Keys, and that's when I told all those
That could
people
be
to
a new-
shut the fuck up
new
because they were being
movement.
rude when nobody even knew who Jinx and Word were. And
Yeah.
the guy that was sitting in the swing and I was swinging in the front. Anyways, it was such a good time, and I was yelling at everyone, and I was like, y'all are disrespectful douchebags that do
See,
not
you're different.
understand how important it is to listen to. And now there's Jinx, here's
now,
Ward
look
doing
how
all the
that's went.
things, and
Right.
and I was the one damn near going to jail. I was
There's-
standing on the turnpike or whatever the fuck
The
it
old
is
half
back there.
pipe, dude.
Back there, yeah.
The old
And the
bagpipe.
Jamaican hood and
The
keys,
bagpipe.
remember?
The old
Yeah, that's
bagpipe.
another.
You know where I'm talking about. You've been to that side of the
Yeah,
hood.
we had a good time last time we were all in Florida.
Oh, we
together.
did. We've had, there's, yeah.
Uh,
At least that's what they said.
That was
Manzy still hadn't been down.
That's
I mean,
Yeah.
I've only
Stupid.
played Northern, Pensacola, Floribama,
Yeah.
Orange, Tampa.
But you got to go with like the crew, like we're
Like
going
us.
with.
Yeah.
We
Holy
are-
moly.
We are the crew.
I gotta find
right
that
here.
money tree.
That's a strange,
It is,
exciting.
You'll run
adventurous-
into some iguanas in places you never thought you'd see
Yeah.
one. And random
You know, every time
random times is a
run into
morning
Shiloh.
or the night. Or, yeah, so
he
good.
brings like, dude, I'll
Yeah.
never forget.
I know, bro. Stop.
Smoking weed out there.
Forget. You need to forget. It's
There
time
are some
to.
things
It's time to
you
let
do
it
not
go.
need to
I
remember.
love him so much.
Oh
man.
my
We had
gosh,
a
we
blast
had the
down
best
there.
time, the absolute best time. Yeah, this was the first year we've ever missed, and it was.
Right.
I
A lot
was
of people didn't
depressed.
go this year.
No, and then I
Like you
didn't
did.
quite feel. None of us did.
No,
Our-
I wouldn't have.
It's just our little,
It's that
our
time
little
though.
threesome that we have.
Yeah.
Well, in Count Shiloh, yeah, but
Right.
it is the first year that we missed, and
That's all right.
it's okay. I think they
Yeah.
missed us more than
Yeah,
we missed
amen.
them. I
You're
mean,
damn
I'm
right.
not trying to toot
Damn
our
right.
own
No.
horn, but I'm gonna toot it.
Yeah, it's all right to be proud.
I,
You're right.
It was
I
good
realized
time.
that, like every time we're down, usually Miles here, it's cold down there. And like, yeah, it's like really
Yes.
cold. And
Yeah,
it's
I know.
like, for being here, you want to go to the beach,
Yes.
and see the ocean.
Yes.
And you can't go to the. It's
When
cold.
we went down for the summer, I took my daughter River. I was down there for a whole month, July. And this is already like a year or two ago, 2 summers ago. But it was hot. And I mean, like how it should be, though. You think you go down
Yeah.
to Key West, and it was like the most record-breaking.
You run to the water because your feet are burning.
Dude, the ocean seriously was like 90 degrees.
Oh, good
like
Lord.
it was unreal hot, And we were down there. Remember that river? We were down there for a whole year. I mean, a whole month. And but it was like that's how you want to go down there.
Yes.
Wear your shorts and flops.
Yes.
And every time we've been at Mile Zero, it's like windy and cold as
Cold
shit.
as balls.
And you're like, hey man, I thought I was coming to the
Yeah.
tropical thing.
I remember one year it was maybe the first or second year.
Mm-hmm.
It was before the COVID year
So
when
20,
everything had switched all up.
19, 20.
But everything was so strange. I had gone and bought every single hoodie
Yeah.
in the merch booth
Yeah.
that they had.
Yeah.
And then
And they got
to the
them.
point where Shiloh had bought, and I'm gonna find this picture. He was cold. There was no hoodies. There was no nothing, and it was. What I'm trying to say is, if y'all need some merch help,
Yeah.
holler at me.
Yeah.
Holler at me. Do not put this out there for people.
No.
This is the reason why you had the only hoodie out there. It
Right.
was so flamboyant.
Yeah.
There's no
To
heat
say-
stores.
And Shiloh is a man's man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shiloh, you couldn't stick a toothpick in his ass if you tried to.
There you go.
But let me tell you what, you can hawk anything you want. It ain't going in there. It ain't going in there.
Oh man.
And Shiloh came walking out with this hoodie. I peed myself at the in the grounds. Well, I mean, thank God it was grass right there.
You still have the hoodie?
No. You know who we gave it to? This one. What in the? I mean, you.
What hoodie was it?
Well.
What is?
Well, it's.
Okay, 10-4.
You know.
I
mean, I should.
No.
Oh, I will. You know I will.
No,
I'm gonna blast it.
Huh?
Yeah. It was. Oh no.
That eagle don't need to
Look.
fly.
Y'all need some merch help. Holler out.
I need some merch help. Holla.
Look.
I mean, hello, actually.
Remember how we talked about the artist thing and some people get no, that's one thing that I can do.
You are a mover and a groover.
I have a vision of different things, and it is eclectic, and it is different, and it is some
It's
things
beautiful.
that
It's
people
awesome.
It's
don't
powerful.
ever think of.
Yeah,
If you
that's why it's beautiful.
give me that moment by myself and go let me sit in the corner.
Yeah.
When I always say,
You know I never put you in a corner.
give me all. Sometimes
Baby
it's,
never
sometimes
gets
it's
in a
good.
corner.
Sometimes I like it. It's okay. It's fine.
No,
It's
no,
fine.
you are a mover and a groover. You
I
see
try.
things
I try.
in different
I
realms.
definitely have a
that others
different
don't.
set of goggles.
But that's
Yeah.
that's
most.
one of your beautiful powers and talents. It is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate
It's
that.
all,
We
drove
all
by.
see it from the
I
outside.
appreciate that.
What did River call it? You call it the Cat in the Hat House or something?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
She-
the Who House. They all call it the Who House.
She just loved. She was so.
Yeah.
You know, when we stayed that one night,
Yeah.
or 2 nights where she had such a good time.
Good.
This is a
You
very
need to stay in the bus that I built down there.
And the bus,
Oh
and
yeah,
all
you
of,
took
but
me
all
on
of that great.
Showed me that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like rustic, gypsy.
It's so
It's
inviting.
very,
It's
it's,
so-
it's awesome.
so-
It's very Texas vibe. If you're from here, you get it. You know,
It's a feeling like going to your grandparents' place. Like you just feel at home.
grandparents that like probably had a bunch of weed. Though.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You know, they were the ones that you had to go to
And
their
maybe that's what
place.
happened. So see, I started mixing drinks. We were just talking about. So my grandparents had a house. We're born and raised local New Braunfels, German descendants,
Yep.
came from here. And
Mhm.
so, in fact, I just took Nick by a couple of weeks ago to show her my grandmother's house, which is off of the OG Common Street in Union, back behind the
Wow,
fairgrounds back
really?
there. And it was, nobody even really knew what a dog run was in a house.
Right.
And so we had, the
That's awesome.
the barn and the dog run, and then the house was here, and we
That's so beautiful.
the whole
Nostalgia.
so in between
Okay.
where the barn was and the house was, where the dog run was, we had a garden in the back that my grandmother huge in gardening.
Oh, yeah.
Everything was every garden.
Yeah.
But the washer and dryer was set outside.
Yep.
They didn't put washer and dryers inside.
Yep.
So there was like a 2-3 step up to go from where the garage was. Here's the dog run. Then you go into the little house. Here's the washer and dryer. Well, on top of the washer and dryer was there. They didn't. The washer and dryers weren't like they were, but there was a ledge,
Mhm.
almost like a shelf type deal that you could. Well, that was where the bar was.
No.
He sent little Gypsy out there. I started making cocktails at the wee age of 2.
Hey, bring me that cigar box.
I would go up, yeah. I started being a naked bartender at a wee young age. But look, I can't even look at a maraschino cherry
Oh.
to this day.
Uh-uh.
I think I peed red. I think I probably still. Do I still smell like a
I've
cherry
never
from
been able
time
to
to
say
time?
maraschino.
Yeah.
Is that a
Look,
maraschino?
look.
How do you say that?
Maraschino.
Okay, that was so
cherry.
extra.
You're-
Manzy, we're rednecks from New Braunfels. We don't say nothing.
Oh yeah, you do.
Oh Lord, it's a good thing we got the E in this.
So,
But yeah, so I did. I started making cocktails at a very young
and that's
age.
you said right off Common, like
So
Behind
at
the
Common,
old
so you know where the
graveyard is.
fairgrounds are
That's the old.
on this
time.
side. So if you're coming from the Canal Street Bridge, where
Right,
you're going
yeah.
over,
Yeah.
okay,
Right.
yeah, and you're going towards downtown.
right, yeah,
So the fairgrounds are over here.
on the right,
Yeah, so she lived on the back there on Main Street. And I
Okay.
just took Nick. What was that, like a week ago, Nick? We
That's-
went by and showed her the house, and it was
My
so
mom lives right there off
sweet.
Common,
Yeah.
right there too,
Real
340
close.
Common. She's.
Oh,
I mean,
Right
she's
there.
not even a rifle shot away.
But what's cool about a lot of the old German houses there, if there's still some left, because they're building so many new houses
Yes.
in the lots. But all these houses, they the German culture, you know, a lot of them have their business out of their house.
Yes.
So you'll see these houses with 2 doors, like 2 front doors.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same house.
Yeah.
But it was
One's
like,
the
this would be
office
the
and one's the
office, business
living
side.
quarters.
Yes.
And
You'll see it. Well, in town too, that you're mentioning that is some of the houses that have turned into businesses.
Mm-hmm.
right.
One, Felger and
Yeah,
Friends,
yeah.
which I've known and been part of that family since I was wee little. My gosh, the whole family, all the Felgers, but all their businesses have got the dual doors like that they
It's cool to see
operate
that.
out of. It really is.
I mean,
really is.
I imagine it's cheaper to
And some of them
put
with the
insurance on a
breezeways
house
through the
of a
middle.
building.
Yes.
That's when you see
Oh, the shotgun houses?
You get a breezeway
They're
through
brilliant.
the middle.
And they're always normally north to south, whatever the predominant wind blows.
Right.
The shotgun houses are beautiful.
I did take Nick by, my dad used to have and this is gonna, there's a name for it. It's,
Describe what
Lord.
it is.
So when you walk into the house, you open up the front door and you walk into the house.
Yeah.
That's the second level.
Mhm.
The
But-
main level's underground.
So a basement?
No, it's not a basement.
It's a split level.
It's split level.
Split level.
That's exactly what it is. Split
Yeah, that's
level
what I
house. So over
Nice.
where,
That's rad.
that's exactly. But
That's my nickname.
My dad. That is so appropriate.
Manzy split level house.
Manzy. Yeah.
You call?
Yeah. Split level Lowry.
I'd say that 20 times.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, I feel that should be a CD cover. I have
Yeah.
such a vision for this right
Yeah.
now. It just
We can do it live
hit me
from the
from
the
the
Her
undisclosed
Palace.
location.
Live from the Her Palace.
That we have to call this.
Undisclosed.
But yeah, so my dad lived in that house with his roommate, who his name was Weasel, little tiny little fella, just as cute as could be, and they were buddies. But they, you would walk in, stairs would go down, and that was
The split level.
yes. And
That
then
was-
when you go out the backside, you'd go up,
Right.
and then you hit the land, and then we had Weasel had chickens. We don't. I never.
Because?
I know, you know those. I never. I can't. No wonder. Okay, I'm sitting in the next singer-songwriting session with you two, because this is
We won't get anything done.
nothing at all. Nothing. But we're gonna have some good jokes and some good material for my show. I tell you that.
They'll say we had a good time.
Look, I came up out of the stairs. I was little, and I was gonna go get some eggs out of the coop, and there was nothing but freaking anacondas, snakes in there.
Yeah.
Just going
No.
to town eating them eggs?
Look,
Yes,
this
yes.
girl,
Chicken
I am
snakes.
barefoot, run around, and don't give a
Just swing them
damn.
like a whip?
No, I don't do snakes.
I'll say, out of all the
You ever
I
eat?
do
animals,
not.
yeah, you're not a snake or a
No.
reptile.
No,
No, you're definitely not.
no,
We talked about that.
no.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Have you ever eaten snake?
Not. No. Mm-mm. No, but I'll put them on my boots or on a purse or something.
Yeah.
In
But
my hat.
have you eaten rattlesnake?
No, I ain't.
I mean, he prepared it just like chicken fry. And it's white meat.
We're gonna need the
It's
fam
white
to bring
meat.
in some gravy.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
good-
No, it's really good.
Do your fam make corn nuggets?
No,
I like
we're a
a
little
good
too
corn
far.
nugget.
We're a little too far west.
You never too far west
Say it
for a
again,
corn
girl.
nugget.
Say it again,
Never
girl.
Ain't
too
no
far
corn nuggets
west.
in
For
Ballard.
I'll slap a guarantee on that.
All right, got that. Okay, write that one down. But slap a guarantee on that.
I don't tell you much when I tell you what.
Well, what? No, don't do the what. Mm-mm. I
Yeah,
cannot believe you ain't making no damn corn nuggets.
I'm not a
Well,
snake or that kind of.
snake and spiders, they can just do their own life.
Anything that
And
I was
scorpions.
going to say
Scorpions are
something
booger heads.
so horrible.
But you caught yourself.
Yes, because
And then you
there's
go out back after the show and
because
yell it.
River's in the room.
You can yell it.
That's why. Lord, hear me for I have
Earmuffs.
sinned.
I like how you're
Yeah.
blushing too.
Whoop.
Yeah.
Everybody, can we take a moment?
Yeah.
Bow our heads.
David, Bessie,
We got the rest of the week still too. We'll
Do
make
you
it.
play chess?
Every day.
Me too.
Every day. I roll the dice.
Every day.
Every
I never
day.
rolled dice in chess. I'm willing to learn though. I went to college once.
That's a different game.
I don't think I've ever played chess.
Manzy.
I'm not ashamed of that.
I've asked you several times. So much
I don't even
so
know
I
how to
quit
play.
asking.
I've never taken time to play chess, you know. Maybe it'd be good for my brain.
Yeah, I've said it is. I play it every day.
Exercise that
It keeps the
thing every now and
squirrels
then.
from. Could you
I feel
focus
like
on
y'all
one
do
thing?
that when y'all are together.
Shoot.
Y'all are not exercising your brain.
Yeah.
Oh,
do
good
something.
lord.
We do
Our
something.
brain's on overdrive.
We don't know what the hell it is, but when we're done, we're going to strum it out up on the guitar and we're going to sing about it on the stage.
Or we're just going to stay laying down and just appreciate our eyes can open.
That's a good thing. I mean, you should appreciate that.
Yeah.
So where are we playing? What are we doing?
Yeah,
What
you
we got?
get
What-
guitars
what's
out?
happening? We got some schedules coming up. What
Yeah.
do you got? 3 songs you two have
I'll
been
be,
hiding from us?
Yeah, I'll be full band this Friday at Green Grove, 7 to 10.
This Friday,
Mm-hmm.
7 to
I
10.
just got asked today. So.
Okay, well this is not going to air then. I mean, this will be aired
Well, it's
way
telling you-
after.
it's
But
telling
this
you.
is a
You
this is
asked
a
me a
me and
question.
you.
Give us
Yes,
some
this is a me and
April
you.
dates.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got all kinds of stuff. You know, the usual stuff coming up throughout the week and weekend. We just came back from the Austin Rodeo this past weekend,
I love Austin Radio.
which was so fun.
You've
Friday.
always been so respectful, and so when I first started my whole gypsy deal,
Mhm.
when I had my tents,
Girl,
and all my things,
you've always
Yeah,
had it.
great place for
Austin
to be a
Rodeo
vendor
was
there.
the best for me.
Yeah.
That was so many years ago.
That's
they
your style
are-
and your vibe. That's
oh.
definitely.
They
But we played Friday and Saturday, and I took the motorhome up there, and we camped out, and all the barbecue you could eat, all the free beer and alcohol you
Love
could
it.
consume,
You're
And of
treated
course,
like a
all the-
professional.
all the great, like, you know, Miles always, it's kind of always the same guys. You know, you get Reed Brothers are there, and
From
Good
Colorado
guys.
to Key West to Austin. It's the same people.
yeah, pretty much. But, you know, just that group, so it's all kind of the New Braunfels were all there
Yeah.
for that weekend.
so fun.
And it's awesome because usually you don't see each other. Everyone's playing their gigs.
It's
everywhere.
rare to see people unless
So
it's
when
a
you're all
benefit for
at
somebody.
one spot,
It's fun.
hanging out, you know.
Cut loose.
We cut loose. We did that.
I
There were
love
no
it.
rugs
We saw
around.
the sun come up the first night. I know that.
Ooh, it's like
The
the,
sun
keys.
saw
It's like the
y'all
New
stay
Braunfels
at-
keys.
That's kind of what it was. I mean,
It's true though. We don't see our friends unless it's a benefit, you know, for somebody
That
having
was
a
one of
hard
those.
time.
Who were you talking about that with when we were discussing about how it is so cool for
everybody come.
everybody to kind of come together
Well,
because y'all
it's
don't get
beautiful.
to see
Yeah.
y'all you
That's
guys
why
don't get to see each
it's
other
such a
play.
jubilation.
Everybody's
'cause
usually
we don't-
gigging on the same days.
Yeah.
And like when River Road was open, we did that thing. What do we call it? Whole Fam Damn Jam or Jam
Yeah.
Fam. And we had probably 15 or 16 different artists play all.
Why don't we
local.
recreate this
Yeah.
at the resort?
We
Amen.
should definitely do it.
Amen.
You know, the whole Fam Damly Jam. That's what we call it.
See, I would do it right
The
up
Gypsy
here
Family.
at Lone Star Lounge,
Mhm.
but
Hey.
which I would absolutely do. Which there's, I mean, you guys know there's been songs written up here that have now gone, woo.
Right.
But we should do it.
Let's do it.
You've got the best spot.
I mean,
Let's start planning it
Sunny
now
and
because
them,
you
yeah.
gotta plan it in advance.
you know, you guys, I give you all the gig code. Y'all can go down there.
Right.
Sonny just asked the other day, and he's like, "Look, I've got this. I cannot seem to get my head straight. Can I just come down there and finish it up and write it?"
Amen.
Boom,
Right.
go.
I asked the other day, can I come walk through your trees?
100%.
You know?
Yes.
I just.
Manzy's always trying to find some arrowheads, you know, somewhere.
Yeah.
Or some kind of rocks.
Yeah.
It's always on the hunt for the rock.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I've learned it.
You
It
take
gets the
every
squirrels.
rock outta here.
It gets all the squirrels on my head. You don't like
Yeah.
segue. You just focus, look down, and I can do it by myself. Nobody's around. There ain't no concrete.
All right. Well, we are on air, and we are talking about this right now. We are about to recreate.
The revolution.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Why not?
Braunfels, and we can call it whatever we want, but I mean, we'll get everybody that we know that.
Yeah, I mean, it'll happen.
Make it
just
an
build
all-day
it,
event.
build it, and it's gonna happen. You don't gotta worry about
You know, if I build
it.
it,
Shoot, dang, come on.
they're gonna come.
Shoo, sugar,
Midnight
shoot.
River, those boys, all of them.
All
you
of
know.
Yes.
All the
Of
good
course, Reed Brothers.
My
Yeah.
gosh. The
Yeah.
stories that I have of them with food that I have cooked, and y'all know I love to cook, and I
Mhm.
make a
You
shit ton of
feeding
food.
people is one of your love
My
languages.
gosh, I am so. They
Yeah.
need to be grateful that they are all alive. Court Nance,
Yeah.
Austin Gillum,
Yeah.
No,
shit,
you kept a lot of people alive, girl. Yeah.
Monty Byram. I love you, Monty. But
Yeah.
there's so many. When I woke up
Yeah.
Oh my God. There was
that's one of your love languages. is feeding
tin-foil
people.
trays scattered from hell to breakfast. You would have thought there were rabid raccoons. There were serving
There's
spoons.
4 artists.
Serving spoons all over the place. And I was like, unless I'm going to get street cred on one of y'all's songs that goes viral, y'all can all fuck
I'll
off.
call it. I'll title a song Your Name.
That's fair.
The whole,
Well,
when I get the knock on the motorhome door, Miss Gypsy, one of your musicians is dead on the bulkhead. Wait, what?
He's
I
snoring.
got it. Freaking Colton.
Oh, goodness.
No. I was just taking the motherfucking power now.
Yeah, you sometimes
Mr.
need
Power Jam. I was like,
you've
get
got that
yourself.
great
They think you're
barbecue
dead down there.
trailer
Oh,
down
it's
there.
so
I mean,
gorgeous.
it's already set
know
up
me.
to
I
rock.
already thought of the title for the
cook
first
until the
album
sun comes.
recorded at your place.
Oh, yeah.
It's the greatest hits.
All right, we're doing it.
The greatest hits.
The
All right.
the first title to the album recorded at your place is The Greatest Hits. Volume.
What are you doing?
Volume Gypsy.
Volume. Oh, yeah.
Volume T. And the next one's volume I. The next one's volume F. Come on, girl, spell your
Look
thing
at
now. Oh,
What
I
do
gotta
you do? I
stay.
feel like we're
He's
playing
working.
Wheel of Fortune.
He's working.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
You
All right.
Stretch your back.
Yeah, I'm getting
You gotta do.
guitars.
We don't do yoga in the she shed. You
I
gotta, if
don't-
you want
I
to do
can't
some
even
yoga,
spell
you
that.
gotta take it out there.
I can't spell that.
We all talk about stretching and hydrate, but now's not
Girl,
the
I got a
time.
new hinge.
Grab your. I got more hinges, unhinged,
Say it
broken
again.
deals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grab your get fiddle, Mikey.
Grab your little guitar.
We're playing some
Yeah. You got
Okay.
it back here. We gotta
It's
get.
right there.
Well, you're gonna have to grab it for me.
I'll grab it.
By the time we get through there, we're gonna trip over mics and a kangaroo, maybe a monkey, and
Come on.
And it's
that's
just
a
a
lot.
Tuesday, ain't it?
I know it's
It's my kangaroo.
all right. Let's
So-
let's
Oh, should we do a song?
let's do
or
this
what?
song. Yeah, come on.
All right. So this one's called College.
Call it what you want.
Think it's time to leave this little circus, get off from this merry-go-round. Shady folks, worn out rooms, everybody's putting everybody down. The story's changed, nobody's listening, nobody's got their ear to the ground. The river's down, fish ain't biting, I think it's time to let it all out.
Woo! It's a good one.
I don't care which way I go, play some Marshall Tucker, searching for a rainbow.
Hell yeah.
Fire it up and get out of here. There's nothing left for me to share. Call it what you want, I don't care. Stories change, it's all the same. We're all looking for the blame. Building fences, everyone's offensive. TV's about to make us all insane. You can find me down in Old County Road, that's where the story all began. And I get lost, I won't worry, I'll never come back this way again. I don't care which way I go, play some Marshall Tucker, searching for a rainbow. Fire it up, get out of here. There's nothing left for me to share. Call it what you want, I don't care. I don't care, baby. I don't care which way I go, play some Marshall Tucker, searching for a rainbow. Fire it up, get out of here. There's nothing left for us to share. Call it what you want, I don't care. I don't care. Little ditty just like that.
I
Oh, a little
love
truth, just like
that. You could have not introduced that song at a better time, a better day.
Yeah.
For me personal,
I
and
know.
everything that has happened with me from sun up to
It's
sundown.
not by.
Good. I hope that's what your music's supposed to do, or hopefully.
You're not supposed to
It
change your
absolutely
feeling.
does. Oh, I felt it. Believe me. Look, my eyes have been leaking since I can't even tell you how long.
Oh,
Woo!
It's just,
Yeah, that was.
that song was
I-
looking for
thank
you.
you.
That's
That's a song about just moving on down the road. You know.
woo.
And you got nothing left to share, girl.
Oh,
Come on.
at this undisclosed location.
Somewhere in the hill country.
where a woman's got a backhoe. Yeah.
And then she's got
You know.
she got a tool.
Can we just stick with the fireflies, shall we? Can we stay positive?
Here's them to
Let's
you.
hit baby two first. Thank you.
You remember any of them other ones?
All right, let's go.
You
Come
wrote?
on. I know y'all got to say. We were on a roll there.
Yeah. Which one do you want to play? One of yours or what? Go
So
ahead.
Mikey and I were hanging. We did a show and we were planning on doing a writing session afterwards. And so we got to my shop and he got a phone call about a social gathering. He's like, "Man, I want to go to that." I was like, 10-4. Write down 3 words or 3 lines on top of this page so I can write to it.
Right.
And he did. Everything all right?
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's good.
We're just
We're
gonna
just
move
moving
the-
baby bottles.
Oh, okay.
You want to
It's-
move the room? Or
It's
we're
what happened. No.
good? Okay.
You want to go
And,
back over there? Mama?
What is it? I had sent it to Mike before you even reached the destination. Pin this one out.
Here, take them.
We're listening.
We're good.
Yeah.
You can keep going.
All right,
Everybody
I'll pick
knows
it up.
here. You never know what
So,
animals we got. We got all kinds of things happening.
The title of this story is "Narrow Ain't So Straight."
Narrow,
Ain't so straight.
narrow,
Papa.
ain't so straight. Look at here.
We're going back to that cozy spot.
See those?
Cozy spot you want your blanket on. My God.
Found a dollar bill, sleeping in the gutter.
This one.
Took it to the Texaco just to scratch off. Did I play this last time?
This is a new day.
But wandering for years, it's a direction it seems. Striking matches in the dark, grabbing on the dreams. Well, I'm closing the past. It is this goddamn book. Closing the past. Man, it sure feels good. To feel this good. And I got locked up on a train. I was waiting on the wind. Watched the explosions from the distance while I held on to the pen. And I chewed on some rock salt just outside Decatur. It was his own daughter's fault when the evergreens became my friend. Well, I'm closing the past. It is this goddamn book. Closing the past. Man, it sure feels good. Oh, to feel this good. Well, the narrow ain't so straight when you're bouncing on that wire. Worst critics were silent in the flower pot. There's an old tire. Closing the past. It's this goddamn book. Closing the past. Man, it sure feels good. Cause I'm closing the past. It's this goddamn book. Closing the past. Man, it sure feels good. Feel this good. So I wrote that song after the 3
Yes, sir.
prompts, and I used all the prompts he gave me in that song. Chasing, waiting on the wind, closing the past, and there's another one in there.
Yep.
I did fit it out about 15 minutes and sent it right to him.
That was he's one of these guys. He has how many I don't know journals I've seen, but they're like already all full. I mean, there's tons of stuff. But he's been writing songs since what 2008 or
Yeah,
9.
about 6, 8.
He shows me stuff all
I
the
learned
time.
how to play
He's
guitar
This is
when I was
2016. I'm like, damn. And I think about that doesn't sound that long ago, but now that already is. Thank you. It's like crazy.
It's almost a decade.
It's been that long, but that's what you got to do.
And keep a record of it.
Yeah. Have tons of stuff, you know.
We know, you've told him 12 times.
I know. I'll tell him another 1,200 too.
So just, y'all remind me of me and Nick.
Yeah.
Like, did you? And I'm like, no. Like,
I think even when we were early on first minute, I always keep a blank spiral in my van because I give.
Now that's what I do.
I
I gotta have a notebook and a pen everywhere
I got
go.
mine in there, but I'll give to somebody who needs to write shit.
This one's putting it on a drive and a PDF and a thing and a pointer and a whatever. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. Like I said, you know, you just when you want to write, write. If you don't write, don't write. You know, you gotta just.
There ain't no right or wrong. Come on.
How long do you keep them in the queue? So it's right.
Until I feel good, like that one.
Until
I played
play
that song at Fry High just out of nowhere. I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna play it, and
it's mature
people
too.
loved it. You know,
It's mature.
me and Rob Linus played Fry High Sunday, and it was a great. He's awesome. If y'all don't know him, go look up his music.
Yes, do.
Super great dude. And we just had one of those things. First time we've ever played together.
Connected.
First time we ever sat down, and it was just song for song. You know,
Just buckled up.
it felt like it went on for 4 hours. That 3 hours was quick, but it felt like we were up there forever.
Right.
It's a lot of energy, man.
And
It's rare. It's beautiful.
yeah, that was just one of those. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna throw this one out there, and people loved it. And
Now you don't give them no other choice, Mikey.
but I don't. You know, I was on this other podcast, and they was kind of asking this question, like, how do you have a set list, or like, well, how do you know what songs you play? And I told them, it's like every time I play somewhere, it's different. You got to read the room. If I'm
You have to read the
somewhere
room.
where I don't feel as
And I
comfortable,
challenge him to play songs that he wouldn't normally play in a room that's
Yeah.
red.
Well, I'll tell you from a business owner that is very involved in the music industry,
Yeah.
and
You are.
I know my customers, I know my clientele, and I read my customers and my clients. I
That's
know
it,
them,
that's
and
it,
I know them and I'm talking, we have
You read them so well, you can read
hundreds
other
of
people.
thousands of them. I am
Amen.
not going to have my
Little stuffy on them.
rock crew come in and have
I've already put the time
my
to learn this.
sentimental right.
Yeah.
You know, I know exactly, and you guys know we set up the summer list and we play live music every Saturday.
Yeah.
And I have musicians that will start hitting me up in February, and I know you guys have got to book your schedule, and I will tell them straight up, look, I am not going to bring you in to a group that is not going to
You
appreciate
have
you
to
the
vet
way
them.
that I appreciate you.
Yeah, you have to
Because
vet them.
then I'm going to be pissed,
And that's okay.
and then I'm going to be mad because y'all are my family, y'all are my friends, and I am so, you want to talk about a cougar being protective over somebody? It's me over you guys, and y'all know that, y'all have seen it, you've witnessed it.
But that's a professional move, and we're in a profession. You're in a profession.
It's so
I respect
important.
that. I'd rather hear from a place, hey, you know, it doesn't fit our atmosphere. And I'm like, oh, thanks for saying that, instead of me just not getting 100
But I
emails
think
response.
what's cool
You know,
with you guys is too that, and I've told so many, is that you guys could house residencies at the resort.
I would love that.
Because every single weekend it is a new
It's a
group.
big thing.
And these guys leave and they go back to H-Town, they go back to
Well, not
Corpus,
even
they
in
go back to
Texas.
Dallas,
Not
they go
even
back
in
to East
Texas.
Texas.
They go
Yes,
out- they go out
we have our
states.
regulars. And you can ask from when you very first came out, when you were very first out, when Scotty was very first out there.
I
when
for a
Frank-
general store right at the top because you didn't even have the bottom done.
Exactly. We have the first, yes, right, we just got it. But
That was
people
right.
will leave and they go back
Oh,
home.
and they just talk about.
And then they'll
their
say,
experience.
they'll see,
Yeah.
hey, Manzy's playing in
Mhm.
whatever,
They bring it.
Paducah-Dukaville or wherever that
Yeah.
place is, and you're playing it, whatever, and they're going, man, I saw him at Gypsy River Resort.
Amen.
These guys are the thing. Boom, boom, boom. And then all of a sudden,
It's the
and it's a
grassroots-
beautiful
it's
marriage, and it
grassroots
just makes
love.
my heart so happy. And there's so many
Yeah.
musicians that really just don't. They're like, I mean, I can't play on the road every single Saturday. No, yes, you
No.
can.
Amen.
Yes, you
I would
can.
love to. I'll put
There
that
is
in right
no
now.
same group that comes every single Saturday. These people plan a year in
Yeah,
advance,
you have to
especially
say
at our
that out
place.
loud.
They plan a year in advance.
Yeah.
But it's, you guys could literally
I'm down.
do it. I mean, every single weekend, and it would just, it's.
It doesn't get better
It's so good, and I'm so appreciative.
Comes down here, musician-wise, it hasn't been to New Braunfels.
Oh,
Seeing,
man.
they realize like there's some just really great. Nowhere else can you be like a place like
Amen.
Gypsy, and you're playing in the Guadalupe's River. It was river's
The
right
acoustics
there.
are like nothing you've
And
ever
you've
heard.
got the canyon, and it's like
you
scenery.
see
insane.
them hawks just swooping and catch
Seriously.
that draft.
Yeah, and are
Oh.
playing Riley's Tavern, and people in there smoking cigarettes, and
Oh.
it's a dark like there's just things about
No,
It's a memory by scent.
here that are special, and
It is.
people that do come visit, like you said, they leave and they can't wait to get back.
they
Yeah.
cannot wait to get
They're
back.
already
And they
booked
ask
next
me, they
year.
book a year in advance,
Yep.
and they want to know who's playing,
Yeah.
who's going to be there, who's coming, who's playing. Are you going to bring this one back? Are you going to bring that one back? And if not, where are they going to be?
Yeah.
So
funny
we
thing
share
about
your
that-
tour schedules for that deal. But one thing I do want to say, which is, and you brought it up and you've brought it up before, is that if you have never experienced, and not many people have, is the way that you guys here in our town, in New Braunfels, in our
You don't hear, you
hometown,
feel it.
is
Amen. Spiritual.
that you guys can. You don't know who is going to show up at my resort on any given Saturday night. They may leave Green Hall. They may whatever.
Yeah.
You guys know I've got the bar down there. I've always got food.
It's a home.
But yes, and you guys will show up. You'll pull out your guitar. You'll pull out your guitar. Court will pull up his guitar. Eric will pull up his guitar. Jason Allen will pull up his guitar. Freaking Cody Jinks will pull up his guitar.
Yeah.
Who knows? Whatever. Freaking Co Wetzel.
Because we can decompress at your place. We can decompress.
but you
and
guys
have
will
fun.
all sit there and never play a tune together, never nothing, and you will chime in. Mitchell will jump on the cajon and boom, boom, boom. The next thing you know,
You're free. You
beat
created that
threes on the
environment.
upright.
You
You've
created
got
You're getting a one of
you
a
got the
kind.
Brady
Yeah.
Blacks on the violin. You've
That's
got the
magic moments.
oh my gosh, you have Tiger coming in with his horn. You have things and
The
It
thing
is
you can't
the
you can't
coolest
describe
thing.
that to people.
You cannot.
They have to be there.
you cannot.
And it's wasting your time to try and
I
describe
tell you
it.
what, it
You know?
is. It is one of the most
It's
amazing
one of those that you
things.
just gotta going to Hawaii. It's you can try and describe it all you want, but people never know until they go there.
Right.
You know, until they're there, until they experience.
We're
it.
gonna rebuild this song
It's already started. yeah.
camp. The song.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
It's time to
it's
bring
already-
you guys
Hey.
back together, like it used to be back in the day.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and I don't think it's really.
Underneath cypress, we've got 500-year-old cypress
I know.
trees underneath there.
I had
that-
some conversations with them.
I don't think it would be too hard if we just got to do it in advance. And
Yeah, absolutely.
last year we were trying to think about putting on something similar to
Mhm.
this, like just figuring out what can we call it, like because we saw the in a jam. What's it called? In a jam down by the river or something.
Yeah, that was
Bunch of-
over
We
here.
talked about that. Yeah,
Like, man, we could do this. Like,
we
could-
know a couple
and
people.
could
We
put
know some
together a
revolutionary
really cool
stories.
event, and that's what my favorite stuff to do is kind of organize
Organized chaos.
and
I'm the best at it.
just bring people
I
together.
am not
you know?
a plan ahead person. You give me 2
Make the
weeks
event
and
and
I
then
will.
let it work
oh,
itself
yeah.
out.
Yeah, but
We
like,
have people that do weddings and what have you at our resort, and
Oh,
they'll
yeah.
call me and they're like, "Yeah, I want to get married in October of 2049," and I'm
Absolutely.
like, "Wait, what? No,
I'll
call
pencil
me,
that down and call
call
me
me
in
three-
2048.
Call me 3 days ahead of time, bro. I will shit the most beautiful thing you have ever seen in your entire life. I mean, my gosh, we did a VIP tent for freaking
yeah, the best way is just
Uno Rios, and
last minute.
I mean, within less than 24 hours, I
Also-
recreated the entire
Also, it
deal. It was
doesn't
epic.
happen
It was
with
so fun.
a lot of people because being in the career, the path we're in, we've learned to freaking troubleshoot so quick and not show signs of distress. And so, bringing something like that together, you're dealing with problem
I'm gonna
solvers.
show mine.
But not-
I'm gonna be the caulk of the wall,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm gonna get it. I'm
but
gonna
no, you get it
but
fixed.
yeah,
The
my
show
feathers
must
might
go
be
on.
ruffled, but I'm gonna figure them
I
out.
got you another
yeah,
one.
yeah. Oh, good. I can go around with the feathers. But yeah, no, I'm gonna figure it out come hell or
It's
high
a-
water. Yes.
You've created an environment that is so loving, and it draws souls like us in because we're wanderers. You're a wanderer.
I am.
And so you created
100%.
an environment where wanderers
Wandered
can
the bushes down at the east.
Yeah.
couple bars, maybe a iguana. I don't know.
Hey,
I slept in the
Tuesday
bushes.
nights
You
and
know,
Tuesday
it's
nights.
okay.
But you create an environment where wanderers can go decompress, relax, and create.
I love
That's
it.
very special.
It makes my heart happy. It really,
Those
really
are
does.
very,
It really does.
very, very rare.
I love you guys so much.
Love you too.
Love you too.
Yeah,
Yes.
great. When are we gonna start the podcast?
Are we recording?
Yeah. Nope. This was all just a pregame.
Welcome,
No,
folks.
this is the pregame. Hi, everybody. I am Tiffany Foy, and welcome to the Rambling Gypsy Podcast. That was so Saturday Night Live, and that was so
I
good.
know it. I dug it.
Yeah, that's a Tuesday Night Live here on a here at an
I'll
undisclosed
slap a guarantee
location.
on that.
Yeah. Oh my
That's it.
God. I swear we're gonna sign, sealed, delivered on his
Come on.
Epitaph.
his Lowry's. Oh wait.
Lowryisms.
You hold on. No. Let me.
You get on
It's
my
gonna
head.
happen. It's gonna hit me probably about 3 a.m., which you'll be awake.
Yeah.
You're the only one that's usually still up and going, have you looked at how the stars met the moon just a minute ago? Hold
This
on,
is a
I'm
true
about
story?
to. Oh yeah, last night. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. How's the
Like,
root? Well, I'm feeding it right now, Manzy. Everything is fine. Everything is aligned right now, right
Cool.
here. Yeah.
Right on.
You
All right.
good?
Good night.
Yeah. Sweet dreams, love you. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Good
In
night.
the garage.
Yep.
Hey, before we go,
So good.
what was this?
So
Was
good.
this? Were we supposed to?
Okay, so this is a really
I
cool
was
deal.
interested, yeah.
Okay, so Kel is, she's my sidekick on the podcast, and we
Can
have,
we buy these?
I have my gypsinary, which is my bullshit,
Gypsinary.
my
Yes,
gypsinary, which
that's
is my
it.
bullshit and my nonsense,
I
which
need
is
to buy one of them
my
too.
words of the day, and I always come out with some of the most random shit, which is how you're saying we should have record on
Yes,
way
we
more
can.
than we do, and ask Nick when we're traveling down the road or we're doing whatever.
No
The
excuses.
dumbest shit comes out of my mouth,
Amen.
and blah blah
But it's
blah.
not done.
So, Kel was running around and she was picking, and she found this book, and she said, "This book, if there's ever been a book about you,"
You can't put scrambled
It's
eggs back
this
in the
one.
shell.
and so you read through here,
it's so
and I'm like,
beautiful.
I have been saying these things since.
Your whole life. Yeah, they're regular saying.
Yes, and it is so good, and so yeah, I mean,
I
It's-
found very few ones that I'd never heard before.
knows.
there. What were you just saying a while ago? Okay, look, character, good. That feller plows a straight,
Furrow. Amen. I mean,
which means he's an honest man.
yeah, you can trust his handshake.
All right, that was a sweet one.
Yeah, that
Let's.
was a sweet. One.
There you go.
Here, let's hear about it.
Come on, Mr. Poet Man.
What? You can't make a silk purse out of sow's ear. Well, I call bullshit. But
Okay,
It
Mike,
just
your
says
turn.
tell me I can't do
And
something.
Here we go. Rewind. Come on,
There we
pick
go.
one. Pick
Okay,
one.
yeah, you got to read it like an accent too. You know.
You gotta
I
get
trust him by as far as I can
See?
sling a bull by the tail.
I tell
There.
you what.
My
That
favorite
means
one
I
is
don't trust him at all.
yeah.
What does that top one say?
You already
What
read
it
that
meant. What it meant though. I didn't say what it meant.
He's slipperier than an eel tub full of snot.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, that's slippery. It's like when you clean your
It don't
deer.
work
I
unless
call
you
it
say
bad
that.
boogers.
You got to
Accent.
get in the. You got to be the part. You got to play the part.
Yeah, so just
Disagree.
act yourself, and that's the part for us.
We're gonna have fun with this at the resort this
It's just
summer.
I bet I could eat corn on a cob through the picket
Picking
of
the
fence.
Yeah, that means you got horse teeth.
Or root teeth. I mean, I don't know. Have you seen a couple of my alpacas
mean,
out there?
I mean-
Here we go. Here we go.
She's got a rear end like a $40 mule.
Shoo! See the shit
A
on that critter?
$40 meal. Let me show you what that looks like. That means you ain't got one at all. At all.
No
You ain't got
acetol.
one at all.
But
No
it-
acetol.
But it ain't got
That's
no
what
twisted.
my pawpaw used to say, no
Yeah, that's what
acetol.
mine
Acetol.
Because he didn't have one
You got
either.
no acetol.
Uh,
You ain't got no acetol
You're
either.
right.
That's
I beg to differ.
We got you up on a damn booster seat and shit.
It's because I got a new hinge. I'm getting my other new hinge on May 6th.
Yeah,
Nothing
Manzy
wrong with
got
some good hinges.
a new hip. You can get
Me too.
new, and you're getting a knee replacement.
I'm getting my left hip May 6th and then both knees done. I'm
What's the
Look,
deal? Did you
my knee's
have an
done.
injury
My
that
hip
you-
is done.
A bad injury?
Best thing
yeah,
ever.
that's pretty bad. Athletics, don't ever push that on nobody.
Yeah, mine wasn't athletics, I'm going to tell you.
Manzy was a
We'll talk about
Hawaii
that off
pipeline
camera.
surfer at one time, apparently.
DIVOR.
It's been
That's a song, isn't it, right?
It's a song.
everything's a song if you hold your mouth right.
That's and cut.
Thank you, folks.
Yeah. Close location.
Take us around.
Let's go do it.
I put a blessing on it, see me dripping in it 24/7 on it. I'm just being honest, holy water dripping from my neck to my crep, so I'm two-stepping on it like